Hello everybody, it's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. I am filming this, recording this, never know which term is correct, on the 14th of January. But you won't see it for probably another week or so. But I thought I would update my progress on my rotation. I have to admit that I haven't been stitching on a regular basis. I've still been getting the 2 days in on each piece, but sometimes there's a day or two between day 1 and day 2, or between this project and that project, just because I am still dragging my butt around after that COVID. So I get home from work and I'm ready for bed. Like, currently, I'm ready for bed. I just got home maybe half hour ago, and the thought of a nice warm bath and then bed sounds fantastic. It is very cold here. I think when I left the shop it was 15 degrees. So it's probably colder now. But it's supposed to warm up towards the weekend, and I hope it does, but then it's supposed to get really cold, and I already think it's really cold, so really, really cold is coming, and I'd rather not be here for that. But, you know, this is where I am, so we're just going to deal with it. So I'm going to start with my Village of Hawk Run Hollow, which looks like this. And remember, my block, this is the block I'm working on, but it's in the center here because I swapped a couple blocks around. What I got done in my 2 days, let's see. I got the rest of the lettering in on this cemetery, or gravestone. I stitched this one. And I'm coming up here with the tree and the moon. So I think that's pretty good progress, and I'm hoping I'm remembering correctly on what my progress actually was. But I think so. So that's my update on that one. We'll go on to, what is this? This is the Noel sampler from With Thy Needle and Thread. And it looks like this. And let's see, what did I get done on here? I think what I got done, I'm going to fold this. Pretty sure what I got done is I added some of the red berries or flowers or whatever those are. I added those in. I got the start of these trees. There's more down here that go in there. And I got part of the deer done. So, not as much stitching time on this one. We also had our Christmas, so I didn't stitch it all on Sunday, and or much on Saturday Saturday night. So corners and curves. Did I bring that with me over here? Yes, I did. Corners and Curves from Rosewood Manor. This is a beautiful, beautiful design. The colors are really pretty. It is fun to work on, I will say that. Okay, so I just finished my 2 days rotation on this one. Here's the whole thing. And what I got done was I did this here. I brought this line over. I came down here. Yeah, that's what I got done. So it's coming along. Where does that put me? That puts me at maybe a quarter. Almost done, as Kate would say. It puts me at almost done. And then last but not least, I did work on Anatiques again. So I guess my rotation consists of 5 designs. I have not worked tonight. I start on Panoply of Posies. So I did work on this, I believe, since the last time. And it looks like this now. And what I did was I carried this the rest of the way, this border, and I started on this motif right here. However, I need 3750, DMC 3750, and I am out in my personal stash, and I keep forgetting to grab one from work. So I will have to make sure I do that when it's time for that one again. So that is my stitching update, and I will probably update it again with Panoply, and then add the second part of our antiquing to the end of this, and whatever else I can think of. So I hope you're getting a lot of stitching done. Which of these is your favorite that I am working on? Which one would you really like to see me finish? Just out of curiosity. You can answer that question. And then you can also answer the question of, which picture do you like better? Reese PC, what are we going to do with you? Okay, I will see you in the next clip. So you take care until then. Bye.
Just one of the reasons I got that.
Those are good for pinching nipples.
Well, thanks for that, Julie. I'll have to be sure and tell.
You can try use it on Dan.
Yeah, when he gets here.
When he
a little lower,
with
maybe.
Your straw.
Yeah. And then these are just
I like
strainers.
those. I haven't
tea,
seen
flower.
any with these color. This is an unusual color. It's not quite pink.
Yeah, it's kind of a.
It's kind of salmon-y.
So you can see it's
But
kind of
it was around in the 50s.
And they
40s
were
and 50s.
They were $5.99 each, and then they were 50% off. So I said, I'll get both.
Yay.
Yay! And this one's not anything unique. It's just a little melon baller, but I liked it. Get down to the grunge. Ouch! An old
Remy,
egg beater.
You are really having trouble.
And it has the red, and they've put this little wire hand on it, copper wire,
so they can hang it up.
Because I'm going to need some of these things if I'm going to do this project that Dan and Julie did. So, and some of these I won't use. I like to just put them in crocks or set them in, set them along around. And this is a grater, which is kind of raised, so half round. So that would look good on this project because it'll give it some depth. There's that. Almost done. A potato masher, which is no big deal, but look at the knob on that.
Isn't that cool?
Isn't that cool? I'm sure that gave somebody arthritis in their palm, but yeah, I have not seen. So that came home with me. This little tiny melon baller. Cute. And this ladle, brown. It's hollow.
That'll look good.
Yeah. So
We'll
that's
have
it.
to use that one.
Have we bored you? Have we bored you?
I
I'm
still
done.
have a couple more things.
Julie has a few things.
Nothing too terribly exciting, but a couple more things. However,
Oh,
the
hang
damn
on.
dog back.
Come here, Ramalum.
She don't want to go to you.
Okay, how about if I hold them up?
You
and
just
tell?
hold them up.
Okay.
So first one is a book. I don't really read what
The title is.
The title is. I go more for the color. And I just really happen to like that. Does it have anything on the spine? Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
it's
it does.
actually a very pretty spine.
Black Rock Ralph Connor. And it got a very pretty spine.
It does
now.
have a pretty spine on it.
So, and let's see the copyright on that.
You can do all kinds of things with books for decorating.
Yeah. Let's see. It does not have a copyright page. Oh, there it is. No copyright
It's
page.
too old for a copyright page. Maybe it fell out or something.
Yeah, because it's kind of a little.
It is not in the best of shape, but it was cheap.
Yeah, there we go again.
It was inexpensive.
Hearst and Company Publishers. So, The Boy Writer.
Nothing down in there.
No.
Huh.
So that one, that maybe had fallen out because the table of contents is gone too. So, yeah. So there's that. She was kind of going on a green theme.
I was on a green theme. Just kind of a faded green. I don't know what it.
Sometimes she'll find books that have the most gorgeous on the front, and I'm just, ugh.
What's this one about?
This one says something.
Love to Helena?
Thelma.
Thelma?
Thelma,
Okay, Love to
October
Thelma.
9th, 1935.
What's
My
that?
My Lady and Alan Dark.
Dark with an
1901. 1901
Oh,
on that
yours
one.
was 1901 too.
Yeah.
We're twinsies.
Woohoo! This one, it kind of
I
has
just
a
think
leather.
this is so cool.
This one kind of has a old worn leather.
Look at that. That's I don't know what Iowa Reports is. I'm sure it's some dry sort of thing.
Boring.
But I got it more for the cover. Just is awesome.
Entered according to the Act of Congress in the year 1880 for the state of Iowa.
1880.
In the office and Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. Your book is in the Library of Congress.
Huh. How about that?
There you go. So
But
it is
I bought it for the spine
Iowa Reports.
and the cover.
It's Runnels Volume LL, I think. That is probably
I don't know
Roman numerals.
I don't know what LL is.
But it's kind of got a leatherette cover that is
Yeah,
all got
it's cool.
really worn.
It's super duper cool.
Yeah.
And then the last thing that
You haven't showed your
what?
your rolling pins.
I did.
Oh, did you?
I showed my rolling
Okay,
pins.
okay.
Just a couple of jars. Connie informs me they're for a Hoosier
Cabinet jars, yeah.
One of them is, I think, a shaker top.
No, you didn't
No,
get the shaker
I didn't
top.
get the
There was
shaker
another
top.
one, but it was
Okay.
Yeah, because it wasn't really the original.
But I thought they were cute, and they looked like Connie.
So she got
So-
it for her. Yeah.
No, I got them for you. Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you, girlfriend. Awesome. I like them. I love them. Thanks. I love them. I love them. Anyway, that's pretty much it.
That is it.
And I have to haul this back home and drag it into the house, and
We gotta wrap it back up.
because they always they wrap it for us, and then Julie wants us to do a video, and I said okay, but
they want us to do a video.
you want us to do a video too, right? You want to hear me say I love it 15 times an hour.
Yeah.
But I said, okay, I'll do the video, but you have to help wrap it back up
Gotta
so
help
I
it
can
wrap.
take it back to Valentine tomorrow.
Dan will haul it to your car for you.
Yeah.
What you do with it once you get back. See, you should wait until spring, like Lori suggested, because it would be much warmer
Yeah.
to carry it in from the car.
Yeah.
Instead of this
There you
negative
go.
20 degrees
What do you guys
that
think? Yeah.
we're having.
It's not happening. You have a better chance of 1 week than 3 months.
See how she treats me?
You know what? In 3 months, she'd be on here going, how do you get rid of unwanted guests? That's how she would be, you know? Or maybe it'd be Dan.
3 days.
Dan has
3
been
days,
doing...
fish and company
starts to stink, yeah.
But you're not company, you're family.
I'm family. Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse. Dan has been doing weird things. Like, I found a
When
huge,
doesn't he do
brand
weird
new
things?
paintbrush in my coat pocket today. 2 days ago, I found a can of Loctite in my pocket. So, I'm thinking, kid said, bring them home. We can use those. But, you put them in your pocket. I'm sure he meant for me to
Did
take
he tape
them.
your straw?
Oh, yeah, he taped my straw several times while I've been here. So, yeah.
He always messes with her straw.
Yeah, so I'm always, see, because I always have my suck jug. And he always puts tape on my straw. Or he'll take it completely out, tape the bottom so I don't see the tape.
Or he'll cut it off.
Yeah. If it's one from a, like from a gas station or somewhere, then he'll cut the straw or he'll poke holes in it. Or he'll cut it short and put it back in so then it doesn't, hit the liquid. So I try not to leave my drink around Dan because it's not safe. But
he's just trying to show you his love.
In a very odd way. I asked Julie, I said, how
Dan.
many years have you been married to him? And
44.
you said 44. And I said, how? How?
Well,
Yeah.
we kind of grew up together.
Yeah.
So I got him trained just right now.
Yeah, you're not going to do that again.
Not gonna do that again. Not gonna train another one. The grass is not always greener on the other side.
Nope.
So,
You have to mow that grass if it is greener. Then you got to mow it. And,
sometimes it's just best to get through the hard patch and come out good on the other side.
Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
So what was your favorite out of all of it? Let
Yes.
us know in the comments below.
out of everything,
What did you love?
what did you love? Yes. What did you love?
Name my bank. We got to name my bank.
I still say Yvette, but
Yvette.
Dottie
Yeah.
might be a good one.
Don't let her influence you now. Dottie Yvette. No, that doesn't
No.
have a good ring. But D comes before E in the alphabet. So
Really?
yeah. Anyway, we could sit here and do this all night, folks. But I'm sure how far are we already?
52 minutes and
Oh heck, we
40
got another
seconds.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
I
we
was
haven't
gonna-
eaten yet.
No, we haven't eaten yet, and I do have to help you wrap everything up because
Yeah.
she says she's leaving tomorrow.
Now, my significant other, Kit, would say, I talked to him today and I said, no, Julie's trying to talk me into staying a couple more days or a week. And he goes, well, just let me know. And he goes, and do I need to add and put any more money in your account? I go, well, yeah, always, but yeah, so.
Can't you hear it calling us though?
Yeah, what? Stay,
aardvark.
the aardvark.
The aardvark says,
I've already,
Connie,
I've
Connie.
already spent over 150, okay?
you want to go to the aardvark?
Folks, should I stay? Should I go?
She should stay.
Well, Doreen wants, she's been,
We gotta go find a thing for up there.
oh, I know what she's talking about, yeah. One of her
It needs
cupboard.
color.
She did above her,
And decorated
Cabinets.
above the cabinets. Now the painting's done.
and it's dark.
The paint. Well, yeah, the paint is dark, and
The middle, which anchors everything, is the middle, and it's dark.
so you have to decorate a little bit differently when you have that dark color up there.
And she found a couple of things at the antique store yesterday, but they were out of her budget. So
Not 795, but I still draw the line at 195 for
yeah,
a
I forget
bowl.
what it was. Yeah. So, well, yeah, that
So-
bowl was ridiculous.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, see, just listen to the whispering more. The voices in your head.
What son do you have family?
That sound a lot like me.
Yeah. Going.
It's not nice. Lori would probably meet us there too.
Oh, yeah. She wanted to. She
She did.
planned on it, and then we
Till we
came
got
down
the
with
sick.
COVID. Yeah.
Till we
so-
got sick.
So we didn't.
So, well, then I guess we better say goodbye
Okay.
and clean this mess up and eat something because I haven't eaten since breakfast.
Nope, me neither. Except I did have
That's-
some of your Chex Mix when I
Yeah.
got home.
Yeah, and you didn't eat any protein for breakfast, so you're probably starving.
No, I haven't had any protein today. No. Nope,
Those
nope.
Pop-Tarts don't last very
No,
long.
they're not. They left me early on.
So,
And Diet Coke doesn't have any protein in it, so.
so thank you for hanging out with us.
Sure.
I'm sure they had a great time.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? Didn't cost you a dime. Just your time.
Just your time.
Well, that's our
what you want.
punchline. Won't cost you a dime, just your time. Oh, we could be so obnoxious, you guys, if you want. But you're welcome to hang with us anytime.
Yep. So, I'm going to probably add this. Well, you'll figure it out.
It will be added to
It'll be added to a video that has something to do with stitching, since that's what this channel is supposed to be about. And so anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you if you made it this far. You know, a lot of people don't, but if you made it this far, thanks for watching.
You need to get a life, okay? If you made it this far.
Hey,
we're
fun.
Are we fun? Okay, we're fun.
We're fun. They don't see the fun side of me when I do my videos.
No, because
I need
sober. I was going to say sour, but I'll go with sober.
Well, either works.
Either works. It's an S word.
It is. I can think of some other S words.
I can too.
All right. Well, you guys take care until the next time.
Toodaloo.
And maybe she'll stay. Yeah. Maybe she won't.
It's us. Two chicks and a camera. We're out of here.
Bye. Hey everybody, it's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is I believe, is it the 19th or the 20th? Monday was the 17th. 18th. This would be the 19th of March. So, I just want to put a little bit of video before the main portion of the show, just to say that this what you'll be seeing later was recorded some time ago. I've been working on it. The lights are blinking. We're having a blizzard today. And the wind is such that our lights are blinking even though all of our lines are buried. It's a little concerning. So anyway, I just wanted to pop on and say this has been a long time in the making. So parts of it were recorded a long time ago. Parts of it were recorded today. And I just wanted to say I hope you enjoyed the tour of the pantry. And with that being said, I'm going to switch it over to the second half of the antique haul when Connie was visiting way back whenever that was, over Christmas, I think. So, like I said, it has been a while. So I'm going to show that, and then we'll go into the kitchen stuff. I think I've got an update on my stitching at that point. There hasn't been a whole lot of stitching since then because of Market Madness. And so this could end up being a long video. I'm going to bring Dan on later, and we're going to talk about the pantry and you know, what we've learned, what we'd do different, what we didn't like, that sort of thing. So without further ado, on to the antiques. I thought I'd give you a little bit of an idea of where this project started. So before the butler's pantry, we had a pantry in the kitchen that Dan had built a few years ago. And it was basically where he's showing you. It went floor to ceiling, all the way down. And so he started the project by ripping that out. In hindsight, I think it could have stayed a little longer. But I think his thought process was he was going to use it in the new pantry, and he ended up not doing that. So for a while, we had just an empty, it was empty. Eventually, we had a cupboard downstairs that was painted the same as our cupboards up here, and we brought that up, and he put just a piece of plywood or something across the top so we would have a countertop there to make the kitchen a little more functional. But once he finished the pantry, he went ahead and and we got an upper and lower cabinet with drawers, and he installed that, and then he put the butcher block countertop on there. It doesn't exactly match our other countertops, but it's the same color, so it looks okay. And the cupboards that we bought, we now have 3 different types of cupboards, but it's all painted the same. It's fine for now. Eventually, we do want to redo the whole kitchen. So I just thought I would kind of show you that part of it. There's my decor up above the cabinets. I'm still working on that. I did want to show you a few things in the drawers. I got these, and that's really made this drawer a lot neater. I do enjoy those a lot. They are worth the money. This is my spice. These are the spices I use the most. And I do like it. I just need Dan to, it slides in the drawer. So it needs to have something in the way back to keep it from sliding forward. But otherwise, I do like these. My sister didn't think I would, but so far I like them. I segmented the drawers with these, which I like, but I don't have soft close drawers. So when you close them, these things tend to move unless you put some wood spacers in like this. And that will lock them in, and then they don't move anymore. Otherwise, don't waste your money on this if you don't have anyone who can make you these spacers. And again, we did the same thing down here. And I ran mine this way because I can get more in my drawer that way. If you run it this way, it's kind of wasted space, in my opinion. And then this was one of the best things that Dan did, was he made this insert for the drawer that separates out my cake pans, casserole dishes, so they don't clang against each other anymore. This cupboard here is for trash. Since we have moved into this house, the trash can has always been out, and it's always been an issue. So I love the fact that it is now behind a cupboard door. Dan does not like the fact that it is smaller and he has to take the garbage out more, but it is what it is. This is another drawer that I segmented a little bit differently. As you can see, it comes with some dividers, and that works really well for this drawer. And that's really all we've done in this part of the kitchen. So I hope that gives you, oh yeah, I did hang some, the problem with this is these are metal, and again, no soft close doors, so
first time Abby was in here, she got oh, Jesus,
that can happen. So yeah, that's the kitchen for now. So gives you a kind of a better idea. All right, let's see what we can do here. This will be the second time that I have done this. The first time I did not record my voice, thinking I would do a voiceover, but I can't figure it out. So we're going to do this again. This is the door, the antique door that we bought at the Brass Armadillo. Dan painted it, sanded it. I put the pantry logo on it. And so this is the entry into the pantry. It's on a, what is that, Dan? Barn door? Slider? Rail? Rail, yeah. So kind of a quick look from here. That's our new window. It is currently snowing. We were supposed to have a blizzard, but I think we're a little, just slightly too south, because my sister is having a blizzard, and she's maybe 15 minutes away. So we're just having snow, which is fine. Quick peek around the room. Raggy. You're not going to stop that. She can't hear you. Rags lost her hearing, so she can't hear us. These are, let's see, how do I want to do this? Just a minute. Raggy. Hey, come on. Come on. Hi, Dan. Okay. Maybe I can cut that out. I don't know. You may get it as raw footage, guys. I'm sorry. All right. So this is the food pantry cabinet. It's just right in the door from the kitchen. So this is where most of the food is stored. We've got a kind of a pasta shelf, pasta, rice, that sort of thing. Then all the seasoning, spices. The next drawer down is more like a snack drawer, and then canned goods and packets, like, you know, taco seasoning, that sort of thing goes in. And then the bottom one is just for storage. I got to do something with that. I'm not real happy with it. To the right of that pantry is more the decorative. So I've got, you'll probably recognize a lot of the things on those shelves. And that is the brick wall that I added after we already had the shiplap up. I decided I wanted to add the brick like we have on the opposite wall that you'll see here in a minute. These drawers are, again, more storage. I do keep our bread out here, so we've got a bread drawer. The next drawer down from the bread drawer holds plastic lids. And the rest are still kind of mostly empty, so that's good. I can grow into the drawers. I'll give you a kind of another quick peek of the shelves. And I will have some pictures, stills at the end of the video, I think. This right here, that was a wedding present from 45 years ago. You'll recognize these right here. That was a brass armadillo find. I think I talked to you about putting that together after I showed some of the things that I'd bought. The little picture was in my last video with Connie. It's one of my favorite things. So I wanted to put all of my finds where I could enjoy them. And, you know, could we have used more storage space? I mean, who can't use more storage space? But I also wanted it to be pretty. The next pantry cupboard, this holds the appliances. And for the first time in our marriage, I have an actual place to put cleaning supplies and my vacuum cleaner that isn't in my coat closet. It's nothing special to look at, but I do keep the toaster in here. It is plugged in, so it is always plugged in. We just come in here when we want to use it. Otherwise, it's just for my big appliances that I don't want to keep out in the kitchen. Sorry, Raggy. And then I'll show you briefly storage for the vacuum cleaner, the dust mop, the cleaning supplies. Picture is from Hobby Lobby, and then I got that basket at one of the antique stores and put some flowers in it to kind of mimic the picture. It's our new window. You can enjoy the blizzard with me. This is that project that Connie was talking about in the previous video, or at the beginning of this one. I can't remember. It's just some more things that I had picked up and wanted to display, not on the shelves. So we bought a piece of that kind of plastic ceiling tile. And what? Oh, Dan says, this is what it looks like, is this. And then we painted it and put a little distress, like wax or something over the top of it to give it some depth. And then we just mounted different items that I wanted on here, and I stuck a few old recipes, vintage recipes. This one is my mom's handwriting. This is Dan's mom's handwriting. Oops, sorry if I got too fast there. I forget I'm recording and you're not standing here in the room with me. I'm sorry. This wall is pretty much the way we envisioned it, except I was not going to put the brick up there at first. I'm not sure. I think I saw a picture on Pinterest and they had brick up above there and I fell in love with it. So that meant I couldn't use the floor that I wanted, which was the same floor I have up in our master bathroom, because it just didn't go. But I love the look and I love how it turned out. So, and again, this is some of the stuff you're going to recognize, some of it you're not. These two pictures over here, also from Hobby Lobby. And this will change from time to time. I'll probably, find things I want to display, take some things down, put new things up. I do have an antique haul from our trip to Nashville, so I'll be filming that at some point. This is my mom's, let's see, right there. That's my mom's meat grinder. Couldn't figure out any other place to put it, so currently it's right there. Our lights, our pendant lights, came from Lowe's, I think. Lowe's. And the two botanical prints I've had, they hung in the dining room, in this room, when it was a dining room. They hung in here. So I decided to keep them in here. And then there's my crock with my collection of rolling pins. I did just get this mallet or masher, maybe is what it's called. At one of the stores we went to when we were in Nashville. I got to remove the strings yet from a couple of things, but so there's that. The island has storage for cookie sheets and that kind of thing. And then I have a drawer that's kind of has Dan's stash of, I don't know, can you see that? Dan's stash of candy and the dog's treats, batteries, our game of dominoes, kind of a junk drawer. This is my baking drawer. So anything I use for baking is in here. And the bottom drawer is for drinks. All the many drinks. So, and just to give you a look at the drawer and the workings on that. So that is the tour of the pantry. And like I said, I will do some stills if you want to look at them a little closer. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the tour. Okay, so hopefully you made it through that. Say welcome back to Dan, the man, the myth,
Hello.
the dragon, right?
Sometimes.
Are you not feeling very dragony today? He didn't have to go to work today. I think for the first time ever, because usually on snow days you still have to report to work. But he got the call last night saying don't come to work. So that is kind of different. And prior to this particular moment in time, I would have said that it was a non-event in our part of town. But it's looking worse out there.
The wind's picking up.
Wind's picking up, snow's picking up. So I know Doreen was saying that her repairman, Doreen's house is falling apart. It's reached that age where things start going wrong. Last week, she turned off or took her shower and went to turn the water off, and it would not turn off. It just kept running, and it ran for two and a half hours before a plumber got there to shut it off for her. So she had a repairman coming for, I think, her washing machine this week. And he came from Bellevue, which is south of where we live and where the shop is. She lives west, right? Mm-hmm. You would call it straight west down Highway 370. And he said if he had known how bad it was in Gretna, he would not he would not have come. He would have canceled on her. So he was amazed that it less than 20 miles difference, and it was an entirely different storm.
Yep, we're on the edge.
But I think it's picking up here a little bit. Do you concur?
Yep.
So I thought we'd talk a little bit now that you've seen the befores and the afters, and if you were here, you could ask us questions, but you're not. So we'll try and do a little conversation on, our perspective on how things went. Dan said he'd get a new wife if he had it to do over again. I'm not quite sure how to take that one.
I was joking.
You better have been.
Kind of.
Yeah, kind of. I might have gotten a new husband too. So,
Oh.
yeah. So anyway, let's see. Where do we want to start? So, if you had to do it over again, Dan, would you do the whole thing yourself? Because you did everything yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You, from the wiring to the building of the cabinets, laying the floor, doing the woodworking. The only thing you did not do was put in the new window.
Right.
He did the brickwork. He did the whole schlemazel thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that part of that is when I first started looking into it, I had a sketch of the redo. And I took it to Walmart just to get an idea. Not Walmart.
I didn't know Walmart did things like that.
They do everything these days.
Oh, wow. Okay.
To Menards. It's a do-it-yourself, lower end do-it-yourself store in the Midwest here. It's not like Lowe's and Home Depot, but it's got good stuff, and you can pick through it and get what you want. But anyway, that would give me a baseline on how much this was going to cost. So I went in, I sat down, and we kind of went through a one-wall cabinet, how much it would cost to do the one wall, which was the food wall and the appliance wall and the cabinet in between and some cabinets in between those cabinets. By the time we got all done, it was, what was it, 20,000, I think
so.
Close to 20,000. I mean, there was some built-in, custom things. But by the time we did the ceiling, the wall, the two cabinets, all the glass work and everything for it, it would have been way too much money. So I said, okay, I'm done. I'm going to do it. It's going to take longer, be a little harder to do, but I'm going to do it. And I did it. I don't have any regrets on doing it because I have a really good support staff out there, I guess, because I work in the building with the carpenters for the school, and they're very, very good carpenters and nice guys. So anytime I had a question, I could pull them aside, and they would really go through things with me, and I had access to all their tools if I needed, and their wood shop. So, very accurate, heavy-duty equipment, which helped build the cabinets and stuff like that. And then I also had the electrician there for the district, who was a nice friend of mine, and he was more than willing to explain everything down to the detail. So I always had a pretty good idea what I was doing, even though I may not have ever done it completely. So that part of it was good.
So doing it ourselves, and I use the term ourselves loosely here because, let's be honest, he did all the hard labor. What would you say we just pulling it out of the air spent? Because we did not get a loan for any of it. We paid this out of pocket as we went.
We're probably pushing 20,000 for everything.
Okay. Well, I mean,
considering it would have been just to do one wall of cabinets, almost 20,000.
Well, we ended up, because originally, as you would have seen in this, originally we were doing 2 walls of cabinets.
Mm-hmm.
And then we took out the one wall and put in we had the island in there, but we had the cabinet on either side of the island. originally.
Mhm.
Then I decided that would make sitting at the island a little more difficult if there was a cabinet there too. Like you'd only be able to sit two people.
Mhm.
So I think that's what changed our mind on that. So we originally had more cabinets, but we axed them and put pretty stuff in instead. So if what do you think you learned the most about in this process?
When-
Like how to build a cabinet, or did you learn more doing electrical, or was there anything that you didn't know beforehand that you know pretty well now?
Yeah, probably more on the electrical. I mean, I always knew how to build a cabinet. I just really had never, instead of just a piece of furniture, I had never built a cabinet with the drawers. And I learned about, self-closing drawers, soft glide. I'd never done that. So I learned how to do that. But building a cabinet, I've done that in high school, college, but never a full room of cabinets. But the electrical, yeah, because there was one light in there.
Yeah, there was only one light, and now we've got the can lights and the two pendants. So
Yeah.
it's much brighter now. It was a very dark dining room when it was a dining room. Is there anything that you would do different, having been through this process, and now we've lived with it for several months, and you're seeing how things work, and is there anything you would have designed differently or done differently or changed?
I don't think so. I mean, there's nothing that I look at every time and say, damn, that looks terrible, or we shouldn't have did that. I'm okay with it.
Okay. I have a couple things I probably would have done differently if I had, now that I see how everything works. Like if you're in the food pantry, and if I'm in the food pantry and you want to come in to get your toast, you can't come through the door because the doors to the food pantry block access. So
But a lot of that is because it's only a 10 by 10 room. It's not very big.
well, no, the room is not very big, but if I could have done something differently, it would have been maybe to, instead of the two doors on the pantry, just one door that swung away from the opening so that you could walk into it if I was looking for something in the pantry.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, I would have liked to have moved the door to the more like the middle of the wall. But that would require moving our stove and everything else. But
Well, we were gonna do that originally.
Like original, the whole kitchen stuff was going to be done too, but that was a little out of the budget. So that's probably the one big thing I would have done differently, because that does kind of bother me. Like when you're in the pantry and I need to get in there, or vice versa, you want in and I'm still looking, and I have to close the doors in order to let you through. So that bothers me.
Yeah, on that cabinet there, that is one thing that I had to learn was how to use the European hinges, not just the standard Home Depot hinge that you buy. These are ones that you get from the woodworking shop, and they self-close and they're hidden, and that was needed some help from the carpenters on how that worked. And there were times where it didn't fit the way that I thought it would, so had to make some adjustments and redo a couple things. And yeah, those big drawers in the food pantry, those are, I think I've tried to do something different, because those are just heavy and hard to work with.
Yeah.
I don't know what else you do, but
I don't know either. But I mean, it all looks nice, it all functions well. It just the placement of the door is probably the one thing that I would have changed. Otherwise, I'm very happy with how it turned out. So, you had mentioned getting a new wife. At what point did that enter your thoughts specifically?
Just, you know, I had a vision on what I was going to do in the sequence that I was going to do it, and that usually didn't work out because you'd make a change or you didn't agree with the path. You know, well, we need to do the floor first before we do the wall or whatever. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I had to change things, and then okay, I'll change. I'll be proactive there, and then what are we going to change it to? I don't know yet. I haven't picked the color. I don't know yet. I haven't picked the stain. I don't know yet. I don't know what kind of doors I want on there. Okay, well, okay, I guess I'll work on something else until you decide, after the 12 pots of different colors of paint that I brought in for you to
That
decide.
we did, yeah. Well, paint's important, you know. I had a look in my head, and I needed to get to that look. And you know, some were too dark, some were too light, some were not the right shade. Um, but I love what I settled on. Do you dislike it?
No, I always like to complain about that part, but I always have to come back and say, but you know, it always looks good when she's done. So
Yes. Now that I will admit that there were some change orders that I knew were going to frustrate you. The brick being one of them.
yeah, it's the first brick that we put up. I barely had enough to do it, and there was no more around.
Mm-mm. And I wanted it. I changed my mind and wanted it on the opposite wall then.
We had enough of the reddish brown brick, but
Remy, go lay down.
if you notice on the brick, there's spots of tan and lighter colored brick, and that particular set of bricks was not available, so
Mm-mm.
ended up going around and I got lucky. I found
Did
a
get lucky.
sample at one of the tile places, brick
Remy,
places,
come here.
and they said, yeah, but unfortunately, what we have in stock is that sample on the wall. We can't get it right now. We don't know if we're ever going to get it. She says, I have some other samples of it back there. And she had like, was it 3 or 2?
I think it was 3.
3 sample, display
Boards.
things that you see in the store.
Yeah.
And I says, I will buy those from you. And she goes, you will take those from me because we don't need them. So
So that was lucky.
Yeah, there was
That
just
was-
enough
That was
of the
lucky.
light tannish bricks in there to fill in.
And I think for me, one of the most frustrating things to choose was the countertop color. The what is it called?
Butcher block.
Butcher block countertop that we put on the island is made from
Acacia.
acacia. And it has some very white places on it and some very dark places on it. And originally in my head, I liked the unfinished look of it. But if you put a clear coat on top of it, it turned all those white places yellow, like yellow. And I did not care for that. So that took a lot of rethinking and trying different things, and I researched different ways to finish the butcher block, and finally found a product that I thought might work. It was supposed to keep it the color that it is, but in the end we decided we didn't like that. So then it was a question of trying to find a color that we thought went with the floor and went with the brick and looked good with the green paint. That was to me, that was the most difficult part of it. The paint was not difficult. I always take a while to choose paint, but that was hard.
Yeah, because we weren't, of all the different colors that we tried, nothing seemed to be what we wanted.
Mm-mm.
You just went from one extreme to the other, no matter what you did, just because of the wood. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it ended up being almost kind of an oil finish with a varnish impregnated in the oil finish.
And it was kind of red, like it was kind of red, and that was not anywhere close to that natural look that I started with. So it was frustrating, and it was yet still interesting to see the process as we went through it to try and find what we wanted before we. And I think we both knew when we put that color on that was going to be the color, but I had to think on it for a while, so it did delay things a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Because the short counter between the two cabinets, I thought we had kind of decided on it, and I went ahead and stained it, sanded it, varnished it, sanded, varnished it again. Say, oh, that looks pretty good. And she says, it's too white.
No, I think it was too yellow.
Too yellow.
It was too yellow. And
so belt sander, had to sand it all down.
I had to sand it all down. It was not he was not very happy with me. So one of the many times he was not very happy with me.
I charged extra for that.
Yeah. And then the hardware was another sticky wicket, because again, I had it in my head what I wanted, and I couldn't find it in the store. And Dan was ready to get the hardware done, and so we ended up settling. It looks nice. It's still not exactly what I had in my head, but I think I'm not necessarily thrilled with the knobs on the pantry cupboards. I would have liked something like a pole better, but the poles that we had, like the cup poles on the drawers, that finish didn't come in a.
Yeah, it was kind of a hammered pewter finish.
No, it's a copper. It's like a hammered coppery color. So it looks nice. It's just not what I had in my head. And so sometimes it takes me a while to wrap my head around something that isn't what I wanted exactly. But those were small details. But it did put the brakes on the progress at times, because he was waiting on me to make up my mind. I think he learned that lesson with the countertop. Let's just wait until she's sure what she's doing and gives me the go ahead. And I felt bad when I changed the back of the decorative shelves, because he had the shiplap already up on the wall and ready to go. And then I decided I wanted the brick over there instead. So that was, I think that was one of the times when he wanted to disconnect my head from my shoulders. But he did it anyway, and it looks beautiful. You like it after it's done, right? You thought it looked good.
Yeah, that's the first time that that's real brick that's up there. So we had to glue the brick on and then mortar the brick like you would a real house.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a sloppy, dirty, hard job to do to get it to look good.
You did a good job, though. It looks great. It looks really good. So, is there any other takeaway from that project that you?
I got a new saw out of it, so.
Mm-hmm. Would you do it again?
Buy a new saw? Yeah.
No. No. Let's say we were to buy sell this house and buy another one, and I said, Dan, I'd really like to replicate my pantry. Would you do it again?
Probably. Yeah.
Would you think that I wouldn't make any changes?
Oh, no, hell no.
No, there'd probably be some changes. More than likely.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of is the light switch. It's when the door is open, the light switch is behind the door. And we had it hooked up to Alexa to turn the light on and off, but she only works about half the time. And so that's sometimes not very convenient.
I don't know what the problem is there. I don't think it's the wiring. I think it's just the hardware.
Yeah, I don't know what the
issue.
problem is either. So,
Computers.
and I showed you a bit of the kitchen where it was torn up, and what we did as a temporary fix. But eventually, if we stay here, well, I think you're going to have to fix that even if we don't stay here. I don't think people are going to buy the house with 3 different cupboards over there. Styles. So we're probably going to have to fix it eventually, whether we stay here or not. We are talking about retirement and what that is going to look like. I'm not sure yet. Dan is correct when he says that I'm very fond of my house, and he can't see me actually moving somewhere else. But stairs are getting difficult, especially with my ankles.
Yep.
If I end up having to have surgery, I'm not sure how we're going to do that. But anyways, do you have any other thoughts or anything about the pantry?
No, I don't think so. We'd like to put the rail on the bottom of the pantry. Would be nice. The foot rail.
The foot rail on the bottom of the island. Yeah. And the island is a great place to make jigsaw puzzles. We did one over Christmas of nutcrackers. It was not the easiest puzzle I've ever made, to be quite honest with you. So, but we got her done. I had to wait to film the video until we got her done because it was all over the top of the counter. But it's a great spot. You know, the door is closed, so dogs can't get up to the puzzle and eat pieces.
I've set it up for drawing out there. It worked good for that.
Mm-hmm. It's nice and bright. I could stitch out there if I wanted to. Wouldn't need a light. I would need a better chair though. But yeah, all in all, I think it was a long process doing it ourselves. I would not do the kitchen ourselves. Like, I would not have you build the cabinets. I don't mind if you install the cabinets. I don't mind if you paint the cabinets. I don't mind, but building the cabinets I think would just take too long. And I can't be without the kitchen for that long a time.
Yeah.
So I think we would have to get the cabinets from some place, cabinets to go, or I mean.
Yeah, I don't know how much money you save building your own cabinets versus buying some nice cabinets.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think it's worth the effort.
Yeah.
They would be good quality,
Mm-hmm.
but you can buy good quality cabinets too for a little more money.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think I'd say, oh Dan, let's start building new kitchen cabinets. I don't think I would ever say that. I think it would be, oh Dan, let's go pick out some new kitchen cabinets. Yeah. I would like, right now we have Formica countertops. I would do probably not granite. What's the other word I'm looking for?
Quartz.
Quartz. Yep. I probably would do quartz countertops. And our kitchen is getting to the point where things are breaking down. The dishwasher only works half the time. The microwave quit working. So now we have just a little one sitting on the counter for now. The stove does not cook quite right. anymore. So it's coming, and I don't want to like replace the microwave when I know that the dishwasher's going to need to go here pretty soon. I don't want to replace the dishwasher with knowing that, maybe 2 months later, because I would like them all to match rather than be piecemealed. So I think that's going to be an expensive, probably going to need to take out a loan kind of deal for the kitchen.
Yeah.
And then we want to do all the floors and make them all the same. Because currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of flooring on the main floor. And I would like it all the same for continuity's sake. So
We still have the original floor that we put in when we moved in the library.
yes,
The parquet.
the oak parquet is still out in the
Butter.
well, in the bathroom too. So
Butter.
Hmm?
Butter.
butter.
Parquet.
Oh. Don't be silly. So anyway, that's kind of our thoughts on the process, and would can just anyone do it? I suppose. We did find out that I'm a little more anal than what Dan is when it comes to things, and things that he's willing to let slide. I couldn't. That caused a little bit of issue between us. But all in all, we didn't kill each other. We're still married. It looks good. I'm happy with it.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, you looked like you really believed that. So, anyway, this has gotten long enough. So, I think there was one other thing I was gonna. Oh, market. I was gonna talk a little bit about market. We had a good time. I spent most of market in the room working on the computer. I am having some issues with my ankles. I have tears in my Achilles tendons, and the pain is pretty bad. So I could be out walking around for about 2 hours at a time before I had to cry uncle and go back to the room and give him a rest. So I didn't really get to see everything I wanted to see. I didn't get to talk to everyone I wanted to talk to, but it was a good market from my perspective. I wanted to say thank you to everyone who placed a pre-order with me. I appreciate your business. I pretty much have, with the exception of a few that, with Cosford Rise not being able to come. Cosford Rise she's a designer from Australia, and her mother passed away right before market, so she was unable to come. So a few of the orders are missing the Cosford Rise. We've called, I think, pretty much everybody to see if you wanted to wait or have us ship it. Surprisingly, most people wanted us to go ahead and ship what they had, and we'll ship again when those charts come in. But pretty much, I think most of the the items that needed to be shipped, with a couple of exceptions, are done. And a lot of people have picked up their orders locally already, so we're sitting pretty good. I'm still trying to get the fabric into the computer. That is taking a while. I tried to teach Lori how to do it. She had writing front and back on a piece of paper, and she tried to do one on her own, and she finally looked at me and she said, "I don't think this is a good use of my time." And I said, "Okay." Yeah, because there's a lot of steps to getting the fabric into the computer when you sell it by the square inch. But I think we're doing pretty good for having just come back last Monday. We did 2 days in the shop where we were closed and open for business again on Thursday, and had everybody's orders pulled at least by then. So I think that's pretty good progress. So if you haven't heard from us, let me know, because I'm under the understanding that we've contacted everybody about their order in one way or another. So either an email, a phone call. So let me know if you haven't heard from me, and we'll see what the issue is. But otherwise, it was good time. We did stop at a couple of antique stores. One on the way, we went to Artichoke Annie's on the way, and we went to Running Rabbit on the way home. We did get a late start leaving because we had a blizzard the day before, so we didn't leave until afternoon instead of at 8 in the morning when we were planning to, but it didn't really affect us much. We just got in later than we would have wanted to. Had a good time antiquing, got some treasures. Connie was supposed to come, I think this weekend she was supposed to arrive, and she is going to need a knee replacement, and so she's not able to come. She's not going to be able to come to a retreat either, which makes 2 retreats in a row, and that is a big bummer for me. I am very sad about the whole thing. But I wish her luck on her knee surgery. She's not having that until the end of April, so she's got a while to go yet. So we'll see. Dan had to take. Remy doesn't want to go out by herself in the snow, so Dan had to suit up to take her outside. And I mentioned in my other video that Rags she went into her vet appointment and was able to hear, and came out of her vet appointment and was not able to hear. And I was thinking, well, because I had Dan take her in because she was digging at her ears, and but she could still hear. But she came out with no hearing left, which is a struggle because you can't get her attention out in the yard. So I can definitely see her going downhill almost every day. She gets a little less strong. Her legs are kind of giving out on her. She doesn't seem to be in any pain or anything, so we're not to the point where we're going to have to do anything. It's just it's hard to watch her go down the hill. I've never had a dog get to old age before. There's always been a health issue that's caused them to cause them pain, or that they needed to be put to sleep, and this isn't any easier to watch them get worse every day. So we're just gonna cherish the days we have left and go from there. Anyway, I will on that sad note, I'm sorry, I will let you go. This is going to be a super duper long video, so make sure you leave a comment below and let us know what you think about the pantry and how it turned out. And if you have any questions, leave those below also, because we'd be happy to answer them in the next video. I'm hoping to get back to regular stitching times soon. And so yeah, you got any last words, Dan?
No, I don't think so.
No last words? Okay.
Just goodbye.
Okay, well, bye.